Hi, so I'm going to make another video. This won't be the longest video, and it's not a pickup video as well. This video is about one of my personal passions, or one of my former personal passions, and something that I'm going to continue with in a way, in the spirit of what it was and what it meant to me. So basically this video is going to be about Final Fantasy XI, which was a game that I devoted a hell of a lot of time to, a hell of a lot of hours, days, and probably sacrificed some of my health as well to play it, because skipping meals and stuff, I mean, it was pretty full on borderline addiction basically, but it was probably the best game I've ever played, and probably the best memories from a game that I'll ever have as well. So but that game is Final Fantasy XI, if I didn't just say that. But it's such a great game, and here in Japan, the stuff to collect, because I'm not going to play it again. I can't. I haven't got the time in Japan. I haven't even got the means to do it at the moment. I mean, I don't even have a bank card to link to anything. I've got bank cards, but they're not Visa or anything like that. So I wouldn't be able to even play it if I wanted to play it. Maybe I could go into a shop and buy a token, but anyway, I'm not going to play it as much as I'd like to. I haven't got the time, and my wife would absolutely murder me if she saw me playing that game. But it's a game that I loved big time, and something that I want to collect for now. So I've only bought a couple of bits now, and this video isn't really about what these bits are, but it's more about like what there is to collect, and what I want to collect, and why I want to collect it. I mean, first of all, this first item here, this is Final Fantasy XI, B version of it. Might be beta, I think it's beta, but just reading this. So Final Fantasy XI, Kuroma Promanthia. So this must be Chains of Promanthia and Zilart. Right. So Zilart and Chains of Promanthia, which is written in katakana on the front. It's also on the back, which is what I was reading. So Rise of the Zilart, which is obviously the expansion pack, and Chains of Promanthia. So one is for they're both for rings ultimately. You get the ring at the end of each mission. Each end of the missions, yeah. So this was actually the first version of the game that I played. I started to play on the Xbox 360. I picked up the game, it was lying there for months. I was playing, I remember vividly, this was way back in 2005 or 2006. I was playing Gears of War 1, which must have been out about then as well. And I was just playing Gears of War 1, never played an MMO in my life. I just decided just to buy one because it looked cool. I loved Final Fantasy, obviously, like a lot of people do. It's nothing new, nothing special, yeah, I read the reviews as you did, and every review was like 60%, 6 out of 7, 7 out of 10, 6 out of 7, 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10. So I just thought, it's an average game. Why should I just devote any time to it? I've got these blockbuster games to keep me happy, Gears of War and any of the early Xbox 360 games that you're playing online with people, doing headshots and stuff. So awesome, of course, but it's not even remotely similar to the game style and the gameplay, the game experience that you get from an MMO, which I was soon to find out. So anyway, the first time I played it, I started to play it. I remember I chose Windurst as my first city, so I ended up in Windurst. There I was with my Xbox pad, no keyboard, and didn't know my arse from my elbow, and I was just walking around. I remember adding some guy to my friends list magically. Don't know how I did it. He's been there ever since, but he was pending, so I guess he wasn't too keen on noobs. But his name was Bombay Duck, and he was on the Odin server, because that's the first server I went to. I went to Odin, and yeah, I went straight walking around, just talking to people. Nobody wanted to help me, to be honest. Like, that game was brutal, absolutely brutal. Drop you in at the deep end, and you didn't know, unless you had a friend in real life to help you through, unless you had a super friendly friend in game. You were on your own. I mean, that was like, but that was part of the beauty of it. I mean, it was so, like, when you found out something new, you were like, wow, like, this is where I go. And I just remember just all this crazy crap what I did, and this was years and years ago. But I basically I got to level 7. It took ages to level up back then, you know. It took ages and ages and ages. So I got to level 7. I was like, right, this dude said I got to go to Valcom Dunes, so I'm going there. Because I didn't know what level it was, I just thought I needed to go there. Plus, someone told me I was going to get a boat, and I was like, brilliant, I'm going to jump on a bloody boat. So I was like, off I go. So walked through Tarongi Canyon, through Babble Peninsula. Obviously, I've played this game so much, it's disgusting, I know everything about it. So through Babble Peninsula, and then through Mora, and then onto the boat to Selbina. Obviously, I think I died the first time to one of the Krakens, and I had to home point back to Windhurst, then go all the way back. How I did it without any invis potions or sneak potions, I don't know. I had to avoid stuff. I was level 7. Anyway, I got there, and I was like, people were like, oh, you're too low, you can't be here. I was like, right, okay. Where do I go? They said, you got to go back to Windhurst. I was like, nah, I'm not going to Windhurst. I've got here. You think I'm going back to Windhurst now? No way. So I just said, well, I'm going to Sandoria. That's where I'm going. I mean, obviously, you can't even do your missions there at level 7. So I don't know what I didn't obviously know what I was doing. So I went to Windhurst, Sandoria. I walked through Latien Plateau and up through Ronfair, East Ronfair, West Ronfair, and then straight into Southern Sandoria. So I was walking around Sandoria, and the first dude that ever helped me, his name was Alf Dog, and he was on Odin's server, and he was an adult, like an adult, older than 30 or something like that, like I am now. And he helped me out. I mean, he took me to the weapon shop, and he bought me like full leather armour, which is level 7, I think. So it all was level appropriate, and I was like over the moon. I think I had a bronze sword. I was playing a red mage, you know, and I was just like, whoa, this guy, you know, I was over the moon. So he said, you got to go back to Windhurst. So in the end, I went back to Windhurst, but I was fully equipped. I don't know how I got back to Windhurst. I don't know if I had my HP and I just went outside and died, or whether I'd already set my HP in Selbina or something like that, and had to then go back to Latien, back through, you know, on the boat, back through Babble, and then walk back. I can't remember, but yeah, that was an epic journey. So yeah, this was where it all started. Final Fantasy 11 on the Xbox 360. Now, since I got here, I never thought, I mean, look at these games, right? They're not going to, one day once the server shut down, unless somebody makes a private server, they're not going to be accessible anymore. So the only real memory you're going to have then is of websites, perhaps, with pictures, or perhaps you could have physical things that remind you of the game. And for me, that's what I want to do. I want to collect the art books with the pictures in. I want to collect the games with the artwork on, brand new or or sealed, preferably brand new video games, because they still got the code inside. And for me, although it will mean nothing one day, it's like it's not being used by someone else, it's not being accessed by someone else. That means something to me for some reason. I want to get the PlayStation 2 HDD box thing, although it's a pile of shit and people don't want this stuff at the moment. I really do. So I'll get round to it and I'll get half this stuff. But at the moment I've got this, and I've got this book, which is the Maniac's Book of Synthesis, and it's still got this little wraparound thingy. It was originally 1500 gen. It's in spanking gorgeous condition, but it's just got all the synthesis items on the front. It's got the crystal. It's got, you know, it's got some cool stuff. I mean, it just looks brilliant, and I've opened it up and it looks cool inside. So I've only got 2 things right now, which is pretty lame, I know, but again, this video is not like, look at my Final Fantasy XI collection, man, whoa, epic, 1 game and 1 book. Obviously not. I'm not going to blow smoke up your ass, but the point is, I want to say what I want to collect. I want to collect the books with all the artwork, like the map, the atlas, the anniversary book. I want to try and collect the toys, like the little Taro little toys and stuff like that. I want to collect the CDs as well, the Final Fantasy XI piano collections, which is one of the best CDs out there. Plus the original game music as well is just awesome. You know, some of my favourite tracks on that, the Sanctuary of Zetar, obviously, and Rabao, which is near Western Altepa. That little far off outpost town in the desert, Rabao is how I pronounce it. So yeah, I just want to get as much stuff as I can, and then eventually, if I can afford it, that little music box, that little Final Fantasy XI music box, the clock, Hori-Sewa clock, which looks awesome. It has the Final Fantasy XI time on the clock. I want to get that. I just want as much as possible for my memories, for my nostalgia. So when I look back on it, I was like, I played that game for like a year and a half of my life, literally 500 days of my life I spent playing that game, 500 days plus, which is, you can see in game, you can count the days, and I knew people that played a lot more than me, so I'm not really upset that I lost that time in my life. I think that time I've dedicated to that was worth it, in my opinion, because I could have been watching TV, I could have been doing lots of other crap that other people do, watch movies and surf the internet, but I was playing a video game, so what? But yeah, on the other side, I could have been learning a language or learning how to, I don't know, make brass statues, but I didn't, so fuck it. Yeah, so this is what I really want to collect for. So let me know, like, down in the comment section, do you like Final Fantasy XI, or do you even think that collecting for MMO games is even worthwhile? And if so, why? And if not, why not? You know, why not? Why? I mean, I can see arguments for both reasons, but some people, when I thought these games are not really going to be worth much to people, but they mean something to me, and that's the nostalgic value, and that's what I'm going to collect for. I'm not going to collect for the financial gain, which is sometimes I do. I'm not ashamed to say that. You know, if I look at something, I think I've got it already, but I know it sells for $20 on eBay, and it's $1 here. All right, I'm going to buy it. I'm going to sell it, and I'm going to reinvest that money in something that I love. And that's what I'm going to do. But yeah, this is obviously a huge passion of mine. You can probably see I'm quite passionate about this game and collecting in general, but just this game, and you'll see this collection grow. I won't like bore you and like show, oh wow, here's a book, an extra book, but I'll come back when it's incremental stages and show you substantial differences in the collection. So, but anyway, this has been too long, much longer than it needed to be, so thank you for watching, and please check out my other videos and like and subscribe. Cheers, take care, bye bye.